With Jurassic World Dominion now among us, I thought it'd be a good idea to rank the franchise. I have a very personal attachment to this franchise as I love dinosaurs, and the first Jurassic Park was one of the first movies I ever remember seeing. Also, spoilers for all these movies in the ranking, including Jurassic World Dominion. I've grown up with this franchise, and now it's time to rank all 6 Jurassic Park/World films.
Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
Oh man, this is something I didn't expect. After seeing the initial reviews, my expectations were lowered for Jurassic World Dominion, but I still thought it couldn't get any worse than Fallen Kingdom. But as Dr. Malcolm said,
Life, finds a way.
I'll try to start off positive by saying that Jeff Goldblum did his best to save the movie. He was the highlight of the movie, along with that incredible Minion short that played at the beginning. The CGI mostly looked nice, the acting was all around solid, and it was nice to see our OG crew back. However, once the wow factor of seeing the OG cast back is gone, which takes just a couple minutes, you realize that the script is very poor. Even though I didn't like Fallen Kingdom, it left the door open for an awesome sequel being dinosaurs in the mainland. Instead, the movie is about a kidnapping and mutated locusts.
Is your idiot brain getting fucked by stupid?
The final battle was also pretty anticlimactic as the Giga died fairly quickly, especially in comparison to the awesome final battle we got in Jurassic World. The movie starts with the dinosaurs in the real world, and it ends off with dinosaurs in the real world. What was the whole point of the movie?
Why would they do this?
The movie is too long, and the plot of this movie just feels way too big to feel like a Jurassic Park movie. Bigger isn't always better.
Bigger. Why do they always have to go bigger?
I recorded my Fallen Kingdom segment before I saw this movie, and even though I'm no fan of Fallen Kingdom, at least it mostly felt like a Jurassic Park film. Jurassic World Dominion gets 29% because it fails to be a Jurassic Park movie. When I first saw Fallen Kingdom, I loved it, but the more and more I watched it, the more and more I disliked it. Now, this is easily my least favorite Jurassic film.
That is one big pile of shit.
There are aspects to enjoy about Fallen Kingdom, such as the fact that this movie has arguably the best horror elements since the original. The light flashing and you only get glimpses of the dinosaur is really cool. This movie has arguably the best opening in the entire franchise as the music is solid, the visuals are great, and there's tension. Unfortunately, the movie peaks pretty early on, as it's pretty much all downhill from there. The question of whether we should let the dinosaurs live has a very easy answer. We can't save them. We cannot risk human life in order to save animals that aren't real since they were made in a lab.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
There are so many writing flaws. For example, with how Maisie is revealed to be a clone and then they do nothing with it. Also, when Maisie released the dinosaurs into the world, it was so stupid.
I had to. They're alive. Like me.
So are prisoners, but I'm not gonna go ahead and release them from their cells. I get that it's a bit of a different scenario from that, but she endangered so many lives by releasing these dinosaurs. No matter how cool Dominion is, the setup to get to that movie was weak.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead!
I know I've roasted Fallen Kingdom a lot, but I have a lot to get off my chest with this movie. It gets 38%. It's awful. The first time I saw this, I was just blinded by the fact that we had a new Jurassic World movie. I didn't actually seem to care about the quality of the film. Out of the original trilogy, The Lost World is the movie I have the least nostalgia for. I always found it to be the most boring, and after rewatching it recently, I can see why. The first 30 to 40 minutes are pretty slow, and I don't think the characters are very interesting. Even Malcolm, who was a standout in the first film, just doesn't work here as the lead. In this movie, he just felt like the guy who says bad things will happen, and then bad things happen, and he gets to say, "I told you so." He's not very likable. Also, the gymnastics scene. What was Spielberg on when he did this?
Hey, you!
Even with a lot of flaws, The Lost World has its pros, with there being a lot of cool dinosaur sequences. The trailer scene is the standout, and even though the finale in San Diego is pretty ridiculous, it's kinda entertaining. It's at least more interesting than dinosaurs roaming a mansion. Anyways, The Lost World isn't a bad movie, as there are a lot of great sequences, and that's why it gets as high as 66% for me.
They set a trap. They actually set a trap.
Jurassic Park 3 may be the movie I have the most nostalgia for in this franchise. When I was younger, I thought the Spinosaurus was awesome, and so I rewatched it the most. I still think the design for the Spinosaurus is awesome, and the sound design in all of these movies really is awesome. However, why is the Spino chasing these people all across the island when there are plenty of other food sources? It makes the Spino come off as more of a monster rather than an actual dinosaur. However, I find myself liking the characters more in this movie compared to The Lost World, except for maybe Mrs. Kirby with all of her screaming.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Having Grant Beck as the lead was a great idea, as he's a much better lead than Malcolm in my opinion, who's an incredible side character, but doesn't quite work as the lead. The dinosaur sequences are also great, with the raptor setting the trap with Udesky and the birdcage scene being the standouts. When they started pecking Billy and seeing the blood spill into the river, it was actually quite gruesome, and I really thought he was dead. He didn't die, but I didn't mind that because I liked Billy, and I didn't want it to die. At the end of the day, I have a great time when I watch Jurassic Park 3. Yes, some of that is due to nostalgia, but I genuinely think this is an underrated movie, and so it gets 81%. Also, we can't forget about the talking raptor.
Alan.
Dr. Grant?
Yeah, this is a nostalgia pick, but I don't care. I remember watching Jurassic World in the theater 7 years ago and having an absolute blast. It's one of my fondest theater memories, and this movie is still amazing after so many watches. It's not the best written movie with the deepest characters or anything, but it's so much fun. The plot was genuinely kind of smart though, with how they used the Indominus to bring guests to the park, but also to bring audiences into the film for the new dinosaur. I also love the social commentary and how people aren't interested in dinosaurs because of their phones and technology, as I could actually see that happening. Plus, the third act with them giving the assistant an unnecessarily brutal death, having Owen ride a motorcycle alongside velociraptors, and then having the T-Rex and Blue team up to take out the Indominus with an assist from the Mosasaurus.
That was totally wicked!
Michael Giacchino's score is honestly really underrated, as I think his score suits the movie really well. It doesn't hold a candle to the score of the OG film, but no score will. Jurassic World is just a blast, and it's always going to have a special place in my heart. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but my score is going to be 96%.
Boy, I hate being right all the time.
Even though I enjoy some of the sequels a lot more than most people, there is never any question about what is the best Jurassic Park film. Jurassic Park will always be the greatest Jurassic Park film, and heck, this is my favorite movie of all time. Sorry, Morbius. Jurassic Park is something special, as even though there are tons of fun dinosaur action sequences, the movie is very smart. I'm just as entertained by the dinosaurs as I am listening to these characters talking about the park and if this was a good idea. Every character brings something to the table, whether that's Sattler, Grant, Hammond, Tim, Lex, Muldoon, Samuel L. Jackson, the blood-sucking lawyer, and especially the legendary Dr. Ian Malcolm. There's tension, the effects still hold up, the characters are amazing, the story is interesting, and this movie is basically perfect. I'm just giving it 100% and call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below how you'd rank the Jurassic franchise, and I probably have an unpopular list. About the channel now, I know many people want to see the DCEU redo Part 3 video, but honestly, I haven't really been wanting to make it. Those videos take a lot of time, and I'm getting busier and busier with school and finals coming up. It's just getting kind of stressful. I do have another video in the works that isn't DC related, but I hope to get to it soon. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while, but honestly, YouTube is a hobby for me, and this may sound blunt, but I don't want to make videos unless I want to, basically. Summer is also going to be busy for me I'll be getting a job over the summer and everything, so I'm going to have less time to do this, and I'm sorry about that. I guess I'll see you guys next time, which will hopefully be soon.